Champion now, champion forever.
Get another one of these this year.
It's my year, man. Draft day. Let's get it.
Y'all ready to get fucked?
I'm the guy with the 48th pick as his first pick. It's gonna hurt this year.
It's my year.
Garrett Wilson better not fuck me over this year.
Fuck your mother.
Beginner's luck for me.
Are you awake?
Yeah.
I just want you to know that I hate you. And so does the Best Night Ever League.
Well, that's fine. Because guess what? I hate you too. And Travis Kelce sucks ass.
Well, the only reason why you're a champion is Connor didn't make the playoffs, and Michael gifted you CMC in 2022, and then we'll put up with the retard in the meantime.
Who's that?
You.
Oh, you don't say that.
Shut up. You wake up my girlfriend and get me grounded.
Just shut up.
I'm playing you in the losers bracket this week, and Josh Allen's gonna take a gigantic shit on you. Like Taco Bell with fire sauce shit.
I hope he falls and breaks his leg. And he can't stand at his own wedding. And you're lucky Christian McCaffrey got hurt. Because now it gives you a fighting chance, you fat oaf.
The only thing you were ever lucky on was winning last year. You'll be lucky to break 200 points in 2 weeks against me.
At least you got the backup running back on Kansas City. Pacheco's going to need a guy to back him up after he goes for 150 yards next week.
You and Trevor Sylvia are hillbillies. This is a league full of experienced fantasy players.
You're not an experienced fantasy player, you big fat curly-headed loser.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I'm a big fat curly-headed loser?
Yeah. You better not go to sleep. As soon as your eyes shut, I'm going to punch you square in the face.
I hope you stay still when you sleep. I'm putting a rat trap in between your legs.
I'm going to take a pillowcase and fill it full of bars of soap and beat the crap out of you.
I want you out of this league.
No way, Kimosabi. This is my league now.
Perhaps. Wanted to first and foremost wish or welcome everybody to the playoffs and losers bracket. It's about that time. Week 14 is here, and this is your week 13 week recap, and then we're going to do a little bit of a week 14 projections. As we can see here on my screen, a lot of high scoring matchups in week 13 and a lot of low scoring teams as well. We can go to, let's start with the close game. So it's not going to show both weeks, but I do know that the game that was insane to watch firsthand for me was Connor Thomas. I think Connor was ahead by less than a point going into week 13. And just watching this unfold on Sunday leading into the Monday night, as long as he kept it close, I knew something was going to happen. Yeah, Connor's quarterback's playing pretty standard. I mean, that's what we expect out of the two running back quarterbacks that we have in the league. Kyren Williams, 100 yards and a touchdown. I mean, that's really, really good. 21 points for him. Derrick Henry, 19 carries, 80 yards, and 3 receptions, 29 is really good. Just didn't find the end zone that game. T. Higgins getting a nice touchdown and 70 yards, and this was the stinker, was Cooper Kupp. I would have thought Cooper Kupp would have gone off against the Saints, and this could have been detrimental to Connor if, as he traded Terry McLaurin for Terry McLaurin earlier in the year, who popped off. We'll see that below. Taysom Hill getting injured pretty quickly in this game, I believe. He was actually had that decent reception, but yeah, he got banged up pretty good, and then James Cook had that monster snow game in the game. They destroyed the Niners. Justin Tucker, that was just a rough one, missing 2 field goals and an extra point. Potential, this could have won Connor the week, just him making a couple field goals. And just Cooper Kupp not sucking could have also won. Derrick Henry scoring 1 more touchdown would have helped him. I mean, this is less than 4 or 5 points. I mean, absolutely insane. Yeah, Connor's bench actually did better than some of the players on the team. Like his tight end got 28 points versus 7 from Taysom Hill. And then Scary Terry getting 23, 2 touchdowns against the Titans. They absolutely destroyed them, and Cooper Kupp getting 3. I mean, those decisions, man. Anyone would have started Cooper Kupp over Terry, and maybe vice versa with Taysom Hill with the way he's been playing. But Thomas, oh my goodness, the lowest scoring team has made it to the playoff bracket in 2024 World Cup year. How insane is that? And it all came down to this man right here, Jameis Winston. Holy crap. What a game. Nearly 500 yards, 4 touchdown passes. He had those 3 picks, but it didn't matter. He got 35 points anyways, and holy crap. What a game by Jameis Winston, sending Thomas to the winner's bracket. His running backs didn't play good. I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs, I've never seen a Jahmyr Gibbs game like that. Only 8 points. He's been putting up monster numbers. Ladd McConkey and your wide receivers getting to 20 points each. That's really good. And Bucky having that overtime master game of 25 carries. Holy crap. He's going to be really good going into next year. And then the Pittsburgh defense getting 17. Thomas came out with a win. Thomas moved on to the winner's bracket. Holy crap. What an upset that was. The highest scoring team versus the lowest scoring team. You got to imagine how Connor's feeling, but at the same time, you got to imagine how Thomas is feeling. I can't wait to watch the Super Bowl with you guys. This is going to be definitely the talking point. Moving on, let's go to Zach and Cam. I think Cam got the victory here, but in week 13 specifically, Tua going off for Zach, Kyler Murray and Chuba Hubbard didn't even much. That was actually a lackluster game from Chuba. I would have expected him to play a little bit better. Jonathan Taylor finding the end zone. CeeDee Lamb and Zay Flowers, man, I know you traded for it and moving forward. That was a good trade on your part, but man, the Cowboys offense is very questionable at the moment, in the passing game especially. Goddard getting you 11, and then your defensive kicker and Gus Edwards not giving you too much there. So only 96.8 points for Zach in week 13. Cam, however, he said in the chat that he hates fantasy football and that he wants to probably kill himself. Don't know why he said that. I mean, Joe Burrow got 20, Jay Daniels got 27. His running backs laid eggs, but then Nico Collins, Jamar Chase getting you 17, 19 respectively. Chad McBride getting you 15, Chase Brown getting you 17. I mean, what more can you ask for? 142 points in week 13. That's awesome. Anyway, Cam got the win there, and Cam also moved on to the winner's bracket, so congrats to him. And unfortunately, Zach fell to the loser's bracket along with me, but we'll get to that. Next matchup, we have Jacob versus Gregor. Jacob got the win here, but unfortunately didn't score enough points to make it to the winner's bracket. He landed in a safe zone. So I guess that's a win for Jacob. But Gregor unfortunately fell to the loser's bracket, losing this matchup. Bo Nix not playing too good in week 13. Patty Mahomes finally having a Patty Mahomes game. 20 points is not too bad. The rest of your team kind of played standard. I mean, Amon-Ra didn't find the end zone. He broke his streak. Justin Jefferson didn't elapse 100 yards. It didn't find the end zone either. Your defensive kicker provided you some points there to get you in. But Baker Mayfield, what a disappointment. I thought he played, besides those 2 interceptions, I thought he played really good in this Buccaneers game. I was really rooting for him. Brock Purdy, I mean, his team is just injured. I mean, who knows what the Niners are going to do moving forward. Can they make the playoffs? They have a small chance, but at this point, I don't even know if it's worth trying. The division is still up for grabs, but a lot needs to happen. Tony Pollard again getting you 5. So Brock Purdy getting 1 is not ideal. Your running back, Bijan Robinson, did really good. I mean, 100 yards and a touchdown, 26 carries. You love seeing that, but 6 receptions. Mike Evans finding the end zone in 118. Old, reliable Mike Evans strikes again. Sutton getting you 102 yards. He had a big monster game on Monday night, and then your team, the rest of the team didn't do that good. I mean, Kill getting 1.2 is absolutely insane. So Gregor falls to this bracket, unfortunately, and Jacob moves to the safe zone. Penultimate matchup, we have Bobby versus Oscar. Bobby ended up getting into the safe zone as the highest, getting into the loser's bracket, unfortunately, just by a couple points there. Connor elapsed him a little bit. His quarterback's playing great. I mean, you have the MVP, Josh Allen, getting you 30. I mean, he'll give you 30. I don't want to play him next week, but freaking have to for 2 weeks. Joe Mixon getting you 2.3, Sandarnold getting you 20, really nice. The running back's not doing so hot. I mean, Kareem Hunt with Pacheco back, who knows what the workload's going to be there moving forward. AJ Brown not finding the end zone, not that good. Jameson Williams? Yeah, he's kind of hit or miss. I mean, he'll have a great game, and then he'll only get targeted 4 times. Amon-Ra's going to take all those targets from Jared Goff. Travis Kelce getting you 13 targets, 68 yards, pretty good for him in terms of tight ends. Najee Harris finding the end zone and getting receptions. It's kind of insane. But what a game that was against Cincinnati. Russ cooked, as we'll get to later. But Oscar, wins this matchup and enters the playoff bracket in his first year in the league. Congratulations to Oscar. You drafted really well. Speaking of drafting well, I mean, Saquon's been your best player and been probably the fantasy MVP this year. Matthew Stafford getting 15. Your quarterback's getting you 31 points. I mean, nothing to fret at there. Alvin Kamara giving you a nice 14, 102 yards. He's still absolutely killing it at that age, so good on him. Puka having a lackluster game, he did find the end zone. Jonnu Smith, which was one of the waiver wire pickups of the year, getting 20 for that Packers game during Thanksgiving, and your kicker in defense getting 16. So congrats to Oscar. He moves on. We'll get to that future matchup. And then for the final matchup is myself versus Michael. This was a bloodbath. Michael's team went off both weeks. As you saw in the Week 13 recap, his team just wrecked my team, and there was really no hope. It was over after Week 12, so this was just a week just so Michael can see his team moving into the playoffs. Just outperformed like crazy. And look at all this green. Everybody performed over their projection by a long shot. Somebody let Russ cook for some reason. I don't know why someone would do that. Jordan Love, again, being Jordan Love, nice 19 points there. And then Michael alluded to this in the chat. I mean, look at this. From this game, he had 5 players, and everybody got over 17 points. Absolutely insane. Never seen anything like it. Devon Achane, Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, Tyreek Hill, and this one of the best draft picks of the year, Jaden Reed. Wow. That's just beautiful to look at it, actually, is, even though they throttled me. And then drop below him, he just Brock Bowers, casual 140 yards and touchdown on the tight end. I mean, this also was one of the best draft picks of the year. Props to Michael. Props to Michael for getting a lot of hidden talent and have them break out in fantasy. And then Drake London had a decent game. 16 targets, holy crap, but only getting 86 yards and a touchdown, and your defense and his kicker combined for 21. Oh man, what a year for me. Trevor Lawrence, I just got the notification today. He's going on IR for a concussion, and they're probably going to shut him down the rest of the shoulder for the rest of the year. So I lost Trevor Lawrence. Jared Goff's been okay for me. 17 points. I mean, that's kind of his average all year. Christian McCaffrey, he got 7 point, take off the -5 yards after the play got hurt. He had 8 points after the first quarter, or maybe it was early in the second quarter, and then just tore his PCL. I mean, man, what a nightmare of a season for him. Having missed the first 8 games of the season and then coming back, never quite found the rhythm, and then finally Niners were trying to give it to him this game. He ends his season without a touchdown, which is absolutely insane, and I don't think the Niners make the playoffs, so I'll be without Trevor Lawrence and McCaffrey moving forward. Pacheco, I mean, this is his first game back. Kansas City is going to ease him in. Nice efficiency there, so that's good to see. DK Metcalf, just after the bye week and the couple games he missed, I mean, he hasn't been getting that many yards or hasn't found the end zone since week 7. I mean, it's kind of a weird year for DK Metcalf. Hopefully that volume increases. Dante Adams got a touchdown. Hunter Henry's getting nice volume there. Rico Dowell having his best game against the Giants defense. And then pretty much the best player on my team, Boswell, getting 15 as kicker. That's awesome. Anyway, after all that, I get 106. Michael got 184. He's the highest scored. He moves on to the highest seed, or as the highest scorer going into the playoffs. And then I move down and I play Bobby in the loser's bracket. That is your Week 13 recap. Let's go into a couple of matchups here. So looks like Connor and Jacob aren't on here, but they have a chance to help out the draft pick with their matchup. Anyway, like I said, I play Bobby. It's going to be an interesting game. On paper, Bobby should win this matchup. He has a better quarterback. Debatably, probably the better running backs, better wide receivers, better tight end. The only thing I have on him is probably kicker, but that's not saying much. Brendan Armstrong might be better than Boswell. Not looking good for me, but again, anything can happen. As you can see, Thomas can beat the highest scoring team in the league. We shall see. House and Cam, one of the matchups in the winners bracket. It'll be interesting because Cam has. I don't know I think Cam has this. He is starting to call a quarterback, but he lives and dies by the Bills, and the Bills are at the Cowboys, so that might be a high-scoring game for Cincinnati. I can see Jamar Chase having one of his 40-point games. I can see this right here, 39. I'm projecting to have 39 points. He's going to absolutely go off for sure. And then Neighbors, he needs a quarterback to keep playing. McBride will be there doing pretty good. Chase Brown having a pretty decent year. The Bengals offense can score, they just can't win games. And Thomas, riding and dying by the Buccaneers and the Chargers. We shall see. I project Cam to win in week 14. This is going to be the best matchup, I think. Quarterbacks for these two aren't the greatest, but the rest of their team, Saquon, Devon Achane, Josh Jacobs, Alvin Kamara, Puka, Tyreek Hill, Jonnu Smith, Brock Bowers. Michael on paper, I think, should win. I don't think he said his team. Maybe he did. I have Michael winning this week. It'll be an interesting matchup. And then for the last game that matters, we have the other losers bracket matchup, which is Zach and Gregor. This is interesting. Gregor's team, he lives and dies again with just like Thomas with the Buccaneers and the Niners with George Kittle. And Bijan actually is a pretty decent matchup against Minnesota. That's going to be tough. Tua plays the Jets at home, so that'll be nice to get back to the weather they're used to. CeeDee Lamb plays a lackluster Bengals defense. That could be interesting for Zach. We shall see. Looks like Gregor's projected to get this. I think it's going to be as close as they project. It shall be interesting. That is the week 13 recap and the week 14 projections. I hope you guys enjoyed me and Bobby's skit and recap. And to everybody else, good luck in your week 14 matchups.